Cris Aquino humingi ng paumanhin sa pamilya ng kanyang dating nobyo na si Dr. Mike. Alamin ang buong detalye.
Magandang araw mga kaibigan, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Be Truth.
Naglabas ng bagong open letter si Cris Aquino para ipaliwanag ang hiwalayan nila ng ex-boyfriend na si Dr. Mike Padlan. Kasabay nito ang paghingi ni umano ni Cris ng paumanhin sa pamilya ni Dr. Mike na naging malapit sa kanya. Base ito sa Instagram post ni Cris nitong Miyerkules, April 2, 2025. Noong March 16, unang inihayag ni Cris na hiniwalayan siya ni Dr. Mike dahil gusto umano nitong kumawala sa pag-aalaga ng nobyang may malubhang sakit. Pagsusuma pa ni Cris, "He did not love me." Subalit kinontra iyon ng anak ni Dr. Mike na si Miguel Padlan. Sa isang Facebook post noong March 19, naglabas ng saloobin si Miguel para depensahan ang ama. Naniniwala si Miguel na totoong minahal ni Dr. Mike si Cris, lalo pat may mga bagay umano na isinakripisyo ng ama para kay Cris Aquino. Bilang anak, inintindi raw ni Miguel at ng kanyang ibang kapatid ang mga pagkakataong bumiyahe si Dr. Mike sa US para bisitahin noon si Cris. "It may hurt to admit that my siblings and I sometimes felt neglected by our father, but we understand. Mama Cris needed him and we respected that," diin ni Miguel. Kahit na may minsan ay nauubusan daw ng pera si Dr. Mike at nawawala ng pasyente, ay pinipili raw nitong bisitahin si Cris sa US. Sadyang nawala raw ang spark sa pagitan ni Cris at Dr. Mike, kaya nauwi sa breakup at ang relasyon ng mga ito. Sabi pa noon ni Miguel, "All we ask is that she does not spread stories that are untrue. My father's friends and patients know who he truly is, and they can attest to his character." Nilinaw rin ni Miguel na kailanman ay hindi di umano nang hingi ng pera ang kanyang ama na si Dr. Mike kay Cris Aquino. Kung ano man daw ang financial support o regalong natanggap ni Dr. Mike ay kusa itong ibinigay di umano ni Cris. Makalipas ang 2 linggo, sa Instagram post ni Cris nitong April 2, may sagot siya sa statement ng anak ni Dr. Mike. Diin ni Cris, "I do not lie." Nanindigan si Cris sa pagsusuma niyang hindi kinaya ni Dr. Mike ang pagkakaroon ng nubyang may malubhang sakit. Katwiran ni Cris, "My last post was written by a still angry ex-girlfriend who had felt and even for her health care, she was unimportant and not a priority." Kinontra ni Cris ang sariling nang konfirmahin niyang ilang beses siyang binisita ni Dr. Mike sa US. Nalabas sa obligasyon nito bilang doktor. Late 2024 daw nang lumalim ang pagkakaibigan sa pagitan nila ni Dr. Mike. Lahad ni Cris, "Dr. Padlan did good to Austin to check on me. My mistake is that I failed to state that he flew to LA around 4 times more in his own volition. I didn't ask for him to check on me. I would just be surprised that he'd be there. Those visits were not paid for." Nag-abuno pa nga siya. "Doc Mike, I apologize for not stating this in my earlier post." Ayon pa kay Cris, noong siya ay nasa US, ay nakilala niya di umano ang ilang miyembro ng pamilya ni Dr. Mike. Nakatira raw kasi ang mga kapatid ni Dr. Mike sa Bay Area. May pagkakataong binisita raw si Cris ng younger sister ni Dr. Mike at kasama raw ang batang pamangkin ni Dr. Mike na tinatawag ni Cris na Pokemon. Nang bumalik si Dr. Mike sa Pilipinas, nanatili pa raw sa bahay ni Cris ang pamangkin ni Dr. Mike na si Pokemon. Tabang-tama raw na dumating naman sa US ang mga anak ni Cris na sina Josh at Bimbi. Naging magkakaibigan daw sina Josh, Bimbi at Pokemon at magkakasama pang namasyal sa iba't ibang theme parks noon. Nang sunduin si Pokemon ng ina nito, inatasan pa raw ni Cris si Bimbi na ipamili si Pokemon ng mga damit at laruan. Ibinilin din daw ni Cris na bilhan ni Pokemon ng laruang iuwi sa Pilipinas para kay Lego. Hindi direktang sinabi ni Cris pero mahihinuhang kapamilya rin ni Dr. Mike ang tinutukoy niyang si Lego. Pag-uwi ng Pilipinas ni Cris, nagkaroon din daw siya ng pagkakataong makilala si Lego. Mama Cris ang tawag ni Lego kay Cris. Detalyadong lahad ni Cris. "Meeting Lego when I get back was unfiltered joy. He talks non-stop and asks intelligent questions. He liked the Japanese flavored milk and every visit he'd say, 'Mama Cris, can I have strawberry milk?' And I'd reply, What's the magic word? Lego would think for a bit, then say, please, Mama Cris. Like me, he preferred vanilla cupcakes with milk chocolate frosting. Both Pokemon and Lego love steak and shrimp prawns, just like Kuya and Bimb, who cook often for Pokemon while we were in Aussie. Pagkatapos ipunto ni Cris kung paano naging malapit ang loob niya sa ilang miyembro ng pamilya ni Dr. Mike, saka siya humingi ng paumanhin sa pagkakadawit ng mga ito sa hiwalayan nila Dr. Mike. Ani ni Cris, sana raw ay mabasa ni na Pokemon at Lego ang kanyang mensahe. Kapansing-pansing hindi kasama si Miguel sa binabahagian niya ng mensaheng ito. Mensahe ni Cris, Mama Cris is very sorry for making you unsad because of what I posted. I was wrong in not considering the impact it would have both of you. You both brought sunshine and laughter when I most needed it. I know I am no longer deserving to be your Mama Cris. But even if I had known things would end up this way, except for hurting the two of you, your mommy and your Tita Judith, I would still have chosen to give loving one more attempt. I can say that because I get the chance to love you. Binalikan din ni Cris ang ilang masasayang alaala sa piling ni Dr. Mike. Anya, after a breakup, you do get a choice what memories you will decide to keep. There's already so much fear and loneliness in life, so I choose to keep the seemingly ordinary, yet undeniably happy moments. Ani ni Cris. Isa raw ito ay ang pagmulat niya ng mga mata na ang una niyang nasilayan ay si Dr. Mike. I was sleeping soundly, still very weak. When I opened my eyes, it was the face of Doc Mike I saw, worried and concerned. Beam had gone out, and my nurse on duty was taking a break. For the first time in years, seeing a man, a doctor, watching over me, I felt safe. Balik tanaw ni Cris. Naging sandalan daw ni Cris ang dating nobyo. Patuloy ni Cris, ours was a different kind of courtship. Long-distance relationship via WhatsApp. We were in Orange County, California, so technically he was no longer a doctor. In him, I saw what I had been looking for. Someone I could discuss my medical issues with, my feeling of fatigue, my lack of balance, my suffering from suddenly getting dizzy, then collapsing, the significance of my blood draw results, especially my alarming low hemoglobin, the bones jutting out of my knee, and why had my taste buds changed. Everything by Thanksgiving of 2023 tasted very salty. I totally lost my appetite and was surviving with 4 mugs of milk a day. Sa paglalarawan ni Cris, naging mabuting kasintahan si Dr. Mike si kanya. My other favorite moments, Doc Mike cooking bulalo for us, the best I have tasted. Seeing him slicing beef perfectly. He's a surgeon after all. And me giving an impromptu cooking class on how to make Filipino-style spaghetti with Doc Mike saying, tama ang balita, masarap nga ang spaghetti by Cris Aquino. Kung sa pagsusuma ni Cris ay naging masaya siya sa piling ni Dr. Mike, ibinahagi rin niya kung bakit nauwi pa rin sa breakup ang relasyon nila. What really went wrong? Many things, patuloy na lahat ni Cris. I honestly believe that finally I was going to have my happily ever after. I expected too much. As my autoimmune disease is multiplied, the more he retreated. Hanggang sa tuluyan daw siyang sinukuha ni Dr. Mike. After a very stressful time when we returned home, I forgave and I fought hard for our relationship, while he couldn't forget and give up on us, ani ni Cris. Sabay kabig din niya, nobody should be blamed. I'm not ashamed to admit I was the one who loved and needed more. Sa kabilang banda, ibinahagi rin ni Cris ang anya na unang doctor-patient relationship nila noon ni Dr. Mike. May 2022 daw nang kunin niya ang serbisyo ni Dr. Mike bilang travel doctor. Ito yung panahon na umalis si Cris mula Pilipinas papuntang US para ipagumot ang kanyang autoimmune diseases. Sabi ni Cris, Dr. Mike Padlan wasn't the doctor who accompanied me on flight to Houston. Yet I didn't ask for a refund. Hindi naman sinabi ni Cris kung bakit hindi natuloy si Dr. Mike na samahan siya noon sa paglipad sa US. Sabay ipinaliwanag ni Cris ang diagnosis ni Dr. Mike noong nagpatingin siya rito bilang doktor. Anya, I am very grateful he was the one who diagnosed my shingles. Shingles together with what was then 4 diagnosed autoimmune diseases and another one clearly exhibiting symptoms but still negative in my test, plus a patient allergic to all fever reducers including paracetamol, NSAIDs, opioids, and steroids makes it very difficult for even the best doctors in the Philippines, Singapore, and the US to treat me for all that ails me. Sa huling bahagi ng IG post ni Cris, sinagot niya ang ilang pahayag ng anak ni Dr. Mike na si Miguel. Particular dito ang inihayag ni Miguel na isa sa mga sakripisyo ni Dr. Mike noon ay ang pagbisita nito kay Cris sa US na kahit na walang pera ang doktor dahil nawalan ito ng pasyente. Sabi ni Cris, Doc Mike did have financial problems last year, but it's unjust to blame that on me. I am also not in a position to say why these hardships occurred. I only hope that those who love and wish to defend him realize this valid point. When a man needs help, what a man would want a handout from his sick girlfriend. He was distraught from what I know August when he and Pokemon flew home. His asthma and flu were ferocious. I offered my help and he thanked me. Voluntaryong nag-wire daw si Cris ng pera kay Dr. Mike noon. Lahad niya. When making a bank-to-bank fund transfer, you are required to say for what purpose. To set the record straight from August 21 to August 28, 2024, Alvin, upon my instructions, had funds transferred to Doc Mike's personal account from 3 of the banks we have placements in. It was feasible enough, that's why I want to thank Beam for his trust and generosity. Roughly half of the money labeled as for professional services rendered in preparation for flight home and as travel doctor for flight back to the Philippines, etc. came from the joint account Beam and I share. I asked Beam's permission before Alvin made the online fund transfers. Beam did not hesitate. He said, "Sure, Mama. It's good we can help." And Alvin na tinutukoy ni Cris ay ang kanyang chief of staff na si Alvin Gagi. Walang konfirmasyon mula kay Dr. Mike tungkol sa halagang voluntaryong itinulong sa kanya ni Cris. Pagkatapos ng kanyang mahabang eksplanasyon, direktang tinukoy ni Cris ang anak ni Dr. Mike na si Miguel. May disclaimer si Cris na version lamang niya ito ang kwento nila ni Dr. Mike. Pero malaman ang tirada ni Cris sa anyay maling mga aligasyon ni Miguel. Please notice, I spoke only for myself. I cannot speak for Doc Mike, but I do accept and understand that I love him much more than he was capable of loving me. Miguel, when I read what you wrote, instantly I reminded myself, dapat hindi pumatol ang nanay sa anak. Freedom of speech should be upheld in a true democracy. Matatandaang may pakiusap si Miguel kay Cris. All we ask is that she does not spread stories that are untrue. My father's friends and patients know who he truly is, and they can attest to his character. Buo ang paniniwala ni Miguel na minahal ng kanyang ama si Cris. Ayon kay Cris, mukhang hindi raw alam ni Miguel ang buong pangyayari sa pagitan ni Cris at ni Dr. Mike. Pahayag ni Cris, I only defended my factual truth because right now for me it matters, and I refuse for my dads and mom plus my brother in heaven to be discussing what happened to Christina. She was accused by lying at pinabayaan na lang niya. Where's the girl who always fought in the name of honor? It took time to respond to your statements directly. Umasa pa rin ako that you didn't know everything. So your statements came from not having seen the entire picture. I have receipts, but why will I, in proving your allegations wrong, make people see who really is telling the truth? I did promise to be Mama Cris, come what me. Hindi malinaw kung ano ang sinasabi ni Cris na maling aligasyon ni Miguel, liban sa panindigan ni Miguel na minahal ng totoo ni Dr. Mike si Cris. Sinabi naman ni Miguel sa Facebook niya noong March 19 na nagbigay nga ng financial support at present si Cris kay Dr. Mike. Pero ang mga iyon ay voluntaryong ibinigay ni Cris at hindi pinihingi ni Dr. Mike. Base sa kwento ni Cris, kinumpirma niyang ilang beses nga siyang binisita ni Dr. Mike sa US. Natugma sa sinabi ni Miguel na bumisita si Dr. Mike sa US noong magkarelasyon pa ang couple. Mga kaibigan, anong masasabi mo dito? Ano man ay iyong opinion o komento, welcome kayo dito. Maraming salamat po.
Malakasang palakpak po sa inyong lahat. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagbibisita at pag-effort na rin na magkomento. Pasalamatan din po namin kayong lahat naming minamahal na viewers. Nag-comment man po kayo o hindi, na-appreciate po namin ang inyong pagbibisita. Taos-puso po naming pinapasalamatan ang inyong ibinahaging oras upang mabisita ang aming munting channel. Saan man po kayo naroroon, mag-ingat po kayo lagi. Malakasang palakpak po sa inyong lahat. God bless us po at maraming salamat.